Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Good in the Head podcast. This is episode number 7. My name is Pete Jones, and I am good in the head. The purpose of this podcast is to provide a source of as many useful, empowering tools, perspectives, beliefs, habits, and practices as possible to try on and try out to optimize our personal reality, create balance, and provide an opportunity for personal upgrades. Today, I will be speaking about upgrading this personal reality. So many people reach out to me and ask me what I have been doing to lose so much weight and live such a healthy lifestyle. Others, who have known me for years, ask if I have joined a cult, and if so, they want to know where they can sign up, because they have noticed a massive shift in my life that is attractive to them. Many people ask me to help them, but I repeat to them what so many have said to me. You've got to learn practicing helping yourself. All I can do is tell others, what has worked so well for me. By this age, I'll be 49 in a week, and here we are in April of 2021 already. By this age of 49, I've experienced enough of life to have truly known the polarizations and extremes of happy and sad, joyful and depressed, at peace and totally angry, and abundance versus lack. I have realized that when any of us as humans does certain things, there are correlating or related results that accompany each action. There will always be a more effective, useful way to do anything. And as we learn better practices and habitually implement them into our daily routines, we will do better things, which will automatically result in a better, more upgraded personal reality. There are some things that if any human does them repetitiously and habitually, they will realize an upgraded version of themselves, which naturally and easily will result in an upgraded personal reality. There are also some things that if any of us humans do them repetitiously and habitually, we will create a downgraded version of ourselves, and suffering will absolutely be the result. Success leaves clues, but so do failures. A stupid man never learns from his failures. He will remain a victim with a long list of excuses why he can't, and he will blame everyone and everything else for his failures. A smart man will eventually learn from his failures. He will, over time, realize his life is entirely up to him, and his excuses, shame, and blame have wasted years of his life. A wise man, however, will learn from the failures and successes of others through simple observation. He will research, learn, and ask questions. He will avoid the pitfalls and traps others have fallen prey to and do exactly what has worked well for others. He will use the failures of others as his roadmap to success. His focus will be on nothing but creation and consistent change. In this life, we all experience birth, a set of social dynamics and experiences called socialization that is meant to keep us safe and empower us to interact well with others and hopefully result in a personal contribution to society, as well as a set of beliefs, perspectives, and habits that are instilled within us by well-meaning parents that we usually misperceive and end up creating a self-image aligned with these many misperceptions that result in personal beliefs like, I am not enough, I'm not lovable, and I don't deserve anything good. As children, we then create our personal reality from this set of beliefs. And because we have misunderstood the messages of our parents and society, we manifest and perpetually recreate a life that is in alignment with these incredibly disempowering beliefs. This is why an upgrade of our personal self-image is so incredibly important. Many of us, as young adults and later older adults, are stuck in this set of rituals, habits, beliefs, and routines that we grew up with. This is perfectly normal and okay. Once we realize and understand these things about ourselves, we can upgrade. Once we believe that we are enough, that we are lovable, and that we do deserve every good thing that comes our way, we automatically begin to create from a place of love and abundance, rather than recreating a personal reality from fear and lack. There are a few incredibly empowering practices that I have learned about from highly successful humans that, once I implemented them into my daily routine, resulted in an immediate upgrade of my own personal reality. And as I continue these practices daily for months, this incremental and progressive personal growth and expansion I have experienced has resulted in a correlating set of circumstances that have continued to upgrade as well, resulting in a much more enjoyable and abundant lifestyle in every area of my life. There are a few things that have helped the most for me. An upgrade in beliefs about myself and how I choose to self-identify empowered me to upgrade beliefs in every other area of life as well. I sincerely wish that I had come across this information much earlier in my life and had been wise enough to experiment with it and had tried it out for myself. The results I would have been experiencing now and the personal reality I would have been recreating currently would have been even more staggering and amazing than the results I am now blessed to be experiencing. In the beginning of this process, I actually set an alarm to go off throughout the day as reminders to tell myself certain things and repeat them daily. Through repetition, we as humans are each capable of reprogramming our subconscious minds any way we want to. Our subconscious mind is like a computer, and we are the programmer. With this belief, the question then becomes, what programs do I want to run in order to create the most incredible life experience available to me? Jim Rohn teaches, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. To enter into a new day with a solid strategy is to plan on conquering the day. I'm going to share with you these daily habits that can and will result in an upgrade for any human being, even you, if you're willing to try these things every day to the best of your abilities for the next 3 months. If you are able to consistently do your best at accomplishing these simple and easy tasks, your best will consistently get better. It's just how it works. We are all in a human body, which, if you start thinking of as the ultimate adaptation machine that can continuously upgrade, you will absolutely begin experiencing a total personal reality that's different than the one you're experiencing right now. For most of us, slowly easing into something new is the most helpful, empowering way to habituate new practices. If you begin with just one thing, then add another thing to your daily to-do list, you'll find the entire process empowering rather than discouraging and overwhelming. But you know yourself better than I do, and I have full faith in you that you'll do what you think is best for you. The mind-body connection is real, so the first few things on this list will have to do with diet and nutrition, everyone's dreaded new habit, as well as consistent upgrades in perspectives and beliefs surrounding the self-image. Remember, this is simply a 3-month experiment to try out in order to see for yourself what upgrades are possible for you as an individual. The idea is to commit and own it. If you think it is necessary to consult with your doctor first, then do that. These are simply things that have worked incredibly well for many others that I experimented with and tried out, that resulted in an amazing increase of abundance in every area of my life. And if it worked for me, I believe it can also work for you and any other human being that is willing to commit to practicing these beliefs and habits. I will share with you a list of my daily alarms, rituals, routines, habits, and beliefs, which I repeat in order to upgrade the programming within my subconscious through repetition, in order to enhance my personal self-image and my own personal reality. Of course, your times for any alarms you wish to try out, along with any rituals, routines, habits, and beliefs, may vary according to your own current personal life experience. These alarms trigger me to continue with the habits I have researched and experimented with that I have found most useful and most effective for me. These are the habits that I have learned and absorbed through many others, and doing these things can and will result in upgrades for any human being. I really truly believe that. It has taken me years of practice to make these habits stick and to remain consistent with them. I'm not sharing this information to brag or because I'm seeking outside sources of validation. This is now who I am. It wasn't always who I am. I spent most of my life with poor habits, a fixed set of beliefs, and experiencing anxiety, major depression, and was diagnosed with bipolar disease in 1999. I even made many attempts to end my life to escape the perceived suffering that I once saw myself never being able to get out of. I lived in a state of hopelessness. Through an upgrade in habits, perspectives, and beliefs, I've expanded out of that personal reality and no longer suffer from any of the symptoms or quote-unquote diseases that affected me for so many years, and that the many well-meaning doctors I was treated by over the years informed me I would never escape. They were wrong and ineffective, and so was I. Upgrades are available to us all. I'm sharing this information as a source of tools of empowerment for anyone who is interested in experimenting with these tools, desiring to upgrade their self-image, or who wants to create a better life. The invitation is to try these things for a period of 3 months and to see for yourself what the results and outcomes will be for you. I start my day at 3:30, and that's when the first alarm goes off. I wake up and do box breathing for 5 minutes, then read the daily message from the book, The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beattie, and share it on social media. I then read and rewrite the daily message from the book I wrote in 2017, which is called My Daily Perspective Shift, and share that entry on social media. I review and reread my favorite quotes that I've saved into a special folder on my phone until 4 a.m. At 4 a.m., I take a shower. I started out warm and ended up cold. Mentally, I go over everything that I have to be grateful for as I shower. At 4:05, I take vitamins and get dressed. I kiss Carla, my wife, and tell her I love her. As part of my vitamin regimen, I've been taking the Q Sciences product, Q Core Max, and that's been very empowering. To learn more about this incredible, all-natural, beneficial, brain-enhancing product, simply go to goodinthehead.com, click on the menu, and select the Q96 Empower Plus link. At 4:10, I put on headphones and play a video from a morning playlist that I created and saved onto my YouTube Red account. I listen to one of these videos as I make keto coffee and pack a lunch for the day. And yes, I love the keto lifestyle. The simplicity of this nutritional plan, coupled with intermittent fasting, which is made easy through the keto lifestyle, helps me to curb my appetites, stay away from the carbs and the sugars, and avoid the inflammation that over-consuming carbs and sugars have, damaged me physically, emotionally, and mentally for so many years of my life previous to learning about this alternative lifestyle. I tend to cycle off the keto plan periodically and experience old feelings that come from eating whatever I want to and whenever I want to, which then is an instant reminder, constant feedback of a more efficient and effective way of doing things personally, always resulting in my returning to the keto lifestyle. A variety is enjoyable, but whatever works best for us as individuals is certainly worth repeating, and going keto has quite literally provided a lifestyle without inflammation and far more clarity in my thinking, and has helped with my memory as well. At 4:30 we leave for work. 4:45 an alarm goes off, and I repeat, today I shall judge nothing that occurs. If I do judge anything or anyone, I will love myself judging. At 5 o'clock, I begin the workday. Throughout the day, I listen to content, podcasts, interviews, or books, as much as I'm able to, that I've downloaded onto the YouTube Red account that I have. Anything that directly relates to learning what I want to do and how I want to become, and helps me learn what I want to learn about, like personal development, how to better love and accept myself, how to heal, and how to upgrade my knowledge about nutrition and diet, etc. At 7:15, I have an alarm that goes off, and I repeat, today I will accept all that is as perfect, exactly as it needs to be, and I am grateful for all of it. This allows me to accept everyone and everything, especially myself, and refocus on the fact that I can only change myself. It provides the opportunity to practice judging and criticizing less and less. That's something that I just have been working on, and it's been useful. It provides for deeper, more meaningful connections with myself and others, and it's been a beautiful journey. At 7:30, I repeat to myself about myself, no judgment, no criticism. I love you exactly as you are, and I don't expect you to change a thing. You are perfect just as you are, and you can get even better. Repeating this empowers me to no longer seek outside sources for validation, love, acceptance, or appreciation, and to remember that I am responsible for providing these things for myself. It is a matter of time before you will automatically be repeating this phrase to everyone that triggers you or elicits ill will or anger from within. At 8 o'clock, another alarm goes off, and I repeat, my breath is my anchor is my breath. I do 4 sets of box breathing and some light stretching. And then actually I set a timer to go off throughout the day every 45 minutes to do the same thing. I do 4 sets of box breathing as I stretch. This rejuvenates my mind and body throughout the day. It resets my mood and intention, providing calmness and clarity to my brain. At 8:30, I repeat, today I will not complain about anything. This reminds me that my new habitual practice of not complaining will empower me to focus on all things more positive. At 9:20, another alarm goes off. Today I will blame no one and no thing for anything. It is all my responsibility. This shifts responsibility for all things back onto me, reminding me that personal accountability is my upgrade practice. At 3:15, my favorite alarm goes off, self-appreciation. What did I do today that I am proud of? What do I appreciate about myself? These questions provide an internal source of pride and appreciation and an increase in confidence, completely alleviating the need to seek outside sources of validation or approval. At 4 o'clock, we get home, and I hop in the shower again, and I take a cold shower and use a Wim Hof guided breathing video, which I'll put in the notes. After years of research on how to re-energize this human body at the end of a long day in order to be capable of doing more, this, I have found for me, has been the most helpful practice and is absolutely worth experimenting with. At 4:12, I use a guided meditation video. Any meditation is useful, but I love the short YouTube video titled East Forest and Ram Dass, I Am Loving Awareness. At 4:30, I exercise, do at least 10 minutes of stretching, and then if I feel like doing more, I do more. Upgrading the human body empowers it to get healthier, live longer, and work more efficiently. Any exercise is better than nothing at all. At 6:30, I repeat, I am exactly where I need to be. This reminds me that no matter where I am or what I am doing, it's okay. This reminds me to accept, appreciate, and love myself where I am in this moment and whatever I may be doing in this moment. At 8 o'clock, another alarm goes off for a daily check-in. I read my personalized set of questions to review the day and enjoy the pride of all I did accomplish, and I recommit to do it even better tomorrow. Each morning is an opportunity to begin again. No, every moment is an opportunity to begin again, and it's never too late to begin again. Begin again is a great mantra to repeat. After this, I read or listen to a personal visualization and affirmation list that I've recorded and set to music that is relaxing and helps me to sleep a lot better. At 8:30, an alarm goes off to listen to our favorite Yoga Nidra guided meditation video. This optimizes our sleep patterns, and my wife and I rest really well anytime that we do this. You know, there's a thing that we started doing months ago that has been incredibly empowering and provided an upgrade within our relationship, and it's called a Sunday morning check-in. We sleep in, listen to or review relationship content, and we review our finances. After waking up, listening to this relationship content, anything empowering that results in possible upgrades within a personal relationship is highly valuable, especially on a regular basis. If someone else is in bed with you, do this with them. Then pause throughout the content to discuss anything that is interesting or exciting. Go over your finances and know where you are at and plan for where you want to be. This is a very empowering practice. And then something that is also an upgrade opportunity is a once a month personal check-in. Buy a calendar and review where you feel you currently are within Zig Ziglar's Wheel of Life. The different areas that he focuses on and creates balance within our personal life, family life, career, physical health, mental health, spiritual health, and financial wealth. The center circle of this wheel of life, for me, is absolutely self-image. The quality of our self-image will dictate the quality of the decisions we make and how we interact within each of these areas of our lives. Zig Ziglar taught that the overall goal is balance within each of these areas of life. But I think there is value, worth, and learning to be had in experimenting with and experiencing everything possible while in this current human experience, including imbalances within our lives. You know, somebody once said that in order to gain wisdom, one must do unwise things and gain experience and the data and the feedback that comes from doing those unwise things. It's okay to do stupid things. It doesn't mean we're stupid. It just means that we learned something, hopefully. Some of us really don't learn for a long time, and that's also okay. It's just part of our own personal, unique life journey. self-acceptance and self-love are important to remember when we're doing stupid things or learning new things and we feel stupid. I think it is possible that there is no one right or wrong way to do anything. There are simply limitless opportunities to experiment with on a very individualized and personal level that will provide a constant feedback loop with data, information, and experiences that will constantly inform us how we can do and get even better. According to Zig Ziglar's Wheel of Life, the goal is wellness and balance, which, is an attractive goal. Completing a weekly or monthly personal wellness and balance check with this Wheel of Life will give immediate feedback, useful data, and important information in real time that will result in desirable life outcomes. Mike Hawkins once said, "You don't get results by focusing on results. You get results by focusing on the actions that produce results." And this is the importance of habitual daily practices. Design each day with balance in mind. It is what we do consistently that creates our personal realities. To enter into a new day with a solid strategy is to plan on conquering the day. And like Jim Rohn said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Maxwell Maltz, a brilliant man, once said, "An upgrade in our beliefs of self will automatically lead to an upgrade in habits." I've found that to be true for myself. The better I feel about myself, the more I value myself and see myself as worth more, the more likely I am to interact well with others and experience an upgrade in habits that comes naturally and easily. Maxwell Maltz also said, "All humans feel, act, and perform in accordance with what they believe to be true about themselves." We will never outperform our self-image. The good news, self-image and beliefs are upgradable. Zig Ziglar said, "You cannot consistently perform in a manner which is inconsistent with the way you see yourself." If we wish to upgrade our performance, the key will be to upgrade our self-image. I really believe that. Remember, the words "I am" is a creation. Practice the I am tool daily. Read a personal I am list every day. It is through repetition that we reprogram and upgrade our subconscious, and in so doing, we reprogram and upgrade our entire lives. We are in charge of creating our personal reality. It's nobody else's responsibility but ours. So, this is what I strive to do with consistency each day, and on Sundays, and once a month. Doing these things has completely altered the results and outcomes of my life in such beautiful ways. Some days I am able to complete everything on this daily to-do list. Any exercise for an hour while listening to additional empowering self-development content. Other days I don't. And I have learned to simply ask, "Did you do your very best?" at the end of each day as part of my daily check-in. I always answer yes, and it's always an honest answer. It's useful to remember that all of us are always doing our very best, and when we consistently do our best consistently gets even better. Another important thing to remember about doing our best is that our best is different from moment to moment, and that's okay. That's normal. Some days our chemicals and hormones only allow us to do and feel certain things, and some days we just feel better than other days. Accept, love, and appreciate yourself as someone who is always doing your very best, and then keep going. Begin again. Keep doing what you're doing. Know that you are okay, and that as you continue to do your best to complete everything on your daily to-do list, that every good thing that comes into your life from this point on is something you deserve because you earned it by doing your best. Almost every human being has this one thing in common. Within us all resides what I like to call an itty-bitty shitty committee. These committee members constantly pick on us and tell us that we are lacking, that we are not enough, and that we will never change. They are always asking disempowering questions like, who do you think you are? Why do you think that is something you are good enough to do? They repeat disempowering beliefs like, you'll never be able to keep doing this. Look at all of the other failures you have already experienced. You don't even deserve to be loved, let alone liked. You'll never be good enough to succeed at this. Give me a break. You'll never feel whole or complete because you just don't deserve that. There is a workaround. We can, anytime we choose to, fire these committee members. Through repetition and practice, we can replace this itty-bitty shitty committee with members of the board that are positive, empowering, and hell-bent on helping us succeed and accomplishing anything we put our minds to. There is a law called the law of displacement. Basically, when we displace or replace one thing with something else for a long enough period of time, we experience different results. Years ago, when I was working on drilling rigs, as part of a crew drilling holes into the earth in order to extract natural gases, my job was to mix thick, heavy mud to pump into the earth to suppress the gases contained within the several layers of earth and make sure they didn't come out. If these gases were allowed to come up out of the hole that we were drilling in an uncontrolled manner, the entire operation would be blown up and we'd all die because of the extreme pressure. We were slowly displacing the earth we were drilling out of the earth with the mud. As earth would come up out of the hole, it was consistently being displaced or replaced with that thick, heavy mud so that we could then, at a later time, bring the gases discovered up out of the earth in a highly controlled and safe manner. This gas was then later shipped through pipelines to various parts of the country to be transformed into different kinds of fuel and to be bought and used by consumers everywhere to provide for a more upgraded and enjoyable lifestyle. The human body is quite similar to this operation. Throughout the years, we all accumulate traumas and experiences that we suppress. It is simply a part of life we all experience. These traumas and experiences build up within us and can cause massive amounts of pressure, anger, bitterness, and resentments. We can choose to think of these feelings and emotions as natural gases trapped within us, and the thick, heavy mud we are constantly pumping into our hearts, minds, and souls as the good, positive, empowering habits, beliefs, thoughts, and perspectives that will enable us to control this pressure within us, allowing for the possibility of the entire operation to eventually release the pressure within in a safe and controlled manner, making the pressure a valuable commodity to be used in efficient, beautiful, and useful ways, and provide for a more upgraded and enjoyable lifestyle. If you are willing to commit to doing these things I have shared with you for just 3 months, you'll notice a shift and an expansion within you that you never thought possible in your life. When your desire to change your beliefs and habits to escape your personal suffering exceeds your desire for the misperceived comfort of staying the same, you are ready for a change. And if you're never ready for a change, that's okay. Each of us can swiftly learn from the less valuable and effective practices of others and use this wisdom and experience they have gained as a roadmap with which we can consistently and constantly upgrade and create a better personal reality. Remember, nobody's coming to save you. Your life and the quality of life you currently love or hate is 100% your responsibility, and it can be upgraded. Every moment is an opportunity to begin again and upgrade. Jim Rohn teaches, for things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. For things to improve, you have to improve. When you grow, everything in your life grows with you. There's one more empowering belief I have implemented as a tool for an instant upgrade in self-image that I want to share with you out of the limitless possibilities of beliefs and perspective shifts available to us all, that has empowered me to shift my perspective about how I view my quote-unquote self. This has allowed me to reframe and retell my personal narrative and history in a more useful way. I'm not telling you I believe this as the truth, and I am not asking you to believe it at all, but rather presenting it as a possibility for you to consider. I think it is possible that we are all part of the same light or divine spark of love and energy, experiencing a brief and incredible human existence. These human bodies are incredible, and we, while we are inside of them for a short while, can interact with every aspect of this body we are inside of, upgrading it through disciplined practices or allowing it to downgrade through neglect and laziness. Either way, it is 100% our choice and 100% our responsibility. The quality of the brain and body we choose to create through our daily habitual practices, rituals, and routines will absolutely dictate the quality of life we experience, affecting the way we interact with everyone and everything within our personal realities. The quality of the brain and body we choose to create will decide the chemicals and hormones that are constantly and instantly injected into our bloodstreams, reaching around 100,000 miles of blood vessels and veins inside of us within only 2 pumps of our hearts, to be dispersed and intricately infused into every part of our bodies to produce the feelings and emotions that we constantly create through our consistent thinking and dietary choices. We truly are in charge of our personal realities in these ways. It has been said that consciousness informs itself through its creations. If that can be said of God or consciousness or source or whatever you choose to call what you think of as a higher power, and if you choose to think of God as a creator, what then are we, as we constantly are in the process of creation? It is possible that we are that consciousness, constantly creating and recreating in more beautiful, upgraded, and more efficient ways, all the while informing our quote-unquote selves through our creations on how to do it better and how to enjoy it even more. I have found it super empowering to adopt the belief of self as 2 separate selves. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, who was born a Catholic in 1881, taught physics at the college level and constantly received criticism from the Catholic Church for his forward-thinking ideas throughout his life. Once taught, we are not humans having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. I think that it is possible that when people say things like, we are all one, or we are all inextricably connected, that they are pointing to the possibility of the belief that this is true within the unseen spiritual plane, while at the same time we are all separate because we inhabit separate physical forms within this physical plane. I think it is possible that in actuality we are all 2 separate beings, or one spiritual being experiencing itself and informing itself through many separate physical experiences. If these ideas are valuable, useful, and effective in shifting or upgrading personal perspective about the self, it is in the opportunity to believe that each of us exists inside of a human body, or of what Ram Dass refers to as a soul pod, and to what many scientists are now referring to as a high-tech virtual reality suit that they try endlessly to replicate or duplicate, but may never be capable of doing. These bodies truly are amazing. We can think of them and our quote-unquote selves any way we want to, but I have found that thinking of myself in these ways is an incredibly empowering way to operate within the personal development and constant self-recreation process. It reminds me every time I review this current belief that I can upgrade any aspect of myself and my personal reality at any time I choose to. The what I now choose to think of myself of is perfect light, love, and energy, while the who I identify as while in this body is Pete Jones, a father, husband, grandfather, man, employee, and currently a contributing member of society, paying his taxes and doing the quote-unquote right things that he has been programmed from birth in so many ways to do. This life can be looked upon as a beautiful experience and an opportunity to create and enjoy extreme beauty, or it can be looked at as a curse and an experience we don't want to have any part of, not having ever remembering asking to be born. Or we can think upon this life as anything in between those two extremes. The choice is ours, as long as we realize it is our choice, and we are awake and aware enough to think for ourselves, rather than allowing the societies and families that we live within to control us and tell us what to think, rather than teaching us how to think and create for ourselves. Even the advertising industry spends billions of dollars rewriting and perfecting algorithms and researching how to more efficiently and habitually reprogram our subconscious mind to make decisions based upon a feeling of lack and the belief that if we just buy that one more product, we will finally feel fulfilled, complete, and whole. I think there is value, worth, and learning to be had in experimenting with and experiencing everything possible while in this current human experience. I think that it is possible that there is no one right or wrong way to do anything. There are simply limitless opportunities to experiment with on a very individualized and personal level that will provide constant feedback loop with data and experiences information that will constantly inform us how we can do and get even better. To find this blog post on goodinthehead.com, click the menu, choose the Good in the Head blog, and select the blog title, Upgrading This Personal Reality. There you can see the written version and a sort of checklist of the alarms and explanations that I've shared with you today. If you know of anyone who could benefit from this information, please share it with them. As we all upgrade together, it is my hope that we will tip the balance of the cosmic scales in the direction of love, expanding together out of fear, and begin creating and recreating personal realities that will benefit the greater good of the collective whole. As Simon Sinek teaches, together is better. If you are listening to this or viewing it on YouTube, please subscribe and share the content. When you click on the bell, you'll be alerted of any new podcasts that do come out under the Good in the Head podcast. I appreciate you as listeners and supporters, and I wish you well on your own personal recreation journey. Remember, no judgment, no criticism. I love you exactly as you are, and I don't expect you to change a thing. You're perfect just the way you are. And if you want to get better and upgrade, you can. Much love to all of you.